guys, welcome back to my channel. I am April and I'm so happy that you could be here. Today I just wanted to talk about something that I've been seeing so much of on social media. Basically, that's the narrative that once you become a mom, you lose your spark, you lose your identity, and you essentially just lose yourself and you lose who you are in motherhood. Now, don't get me wrong, I get it. That transition to becoming a mom or a parent is super hard. It's not an easy transition, but hear me out now. Hear me out. Don't look at this. Hear me out. What if instead of losing ourselves to parenthood, we actually evolve into someone that is more stronger, more resilient, more patient than the person we were before we became parents. Once we become parents, the meaning of life for us completely shifts, and life becomes so much more meaningful and deeper than how it was before. This is the spark of motherhood or parenthood. Okay, so for dads too, I don't want to just say motherhood, but the spark of motherhood, because I'm a mom, so I'm mainly speaking to moms, but if you're a dad watching this, you could find your spark too. When I first became a mom, everything changed for me. I was someone who was making their own money, very independent womanhood. I got to do things that I wanted on my own time, and I was just setting my own pace of life and basically just living how I wanted to live selfishly, not really having to think about anybody else but myself. And then suddenly I became pregnant, and then the baby is born. And now, instead of my life being all about me, it became about this little person who depended on me to live life, to survive, and live for everything. For the first time, someone else's needs were more of a priority than my own needs and my own wants and my own ambitions. Constantly, you guys, constantly being needed. I didn't realize it, but slowly I started to lose myself in motherhood. I didn't realize how much of myself I was letting go and letting fall away just to keep up with the newness of motherhood. And for a while I felt like I was disappearing. I was losing myself. But now, looking back at it, at that time in my life, I was never disappearing. I was evolving. I was transforming. I was softening. I was slowing down. I was learning a new rhythm, a new pace of life. I was learning grace. I want to also mention this. As a Black mother, there was another layer to motherhood that is often talked about. So I grew up watching my mom be a single mom and having to hustle to provide for me and my brother. Raising us on her own, she did have help. Okay, I'm not going to say she didn't have help, because my grandma helped watch us sometimes, my dad, but she mainly was doing it on her own. I watched my mom raise 2 children as a single mom, start her own business. She had a hair salon. My mom was a cosmetologist. She wanted to give us the best in life, really, and she wanted to provide for us and to give us a good life like all mothers do. And I feel like that energy from my mom, the independence, the hustling spirit, the free spirit, really shaped me to who I am as a person. Every time I think about my mom, I'm just so proud of the woman that she was and was blessed to be her child. Seeing my mom be a single mother, it did give me some sort of hyper independence energy, okay? I did not want to depend on anything for anybody. I wanted to just be able to do everything on my own. I was Miss Independent, y'all. I was Miss Independent out here. I was like, ooh, can't tell me nothing. But now, in this chapter of my life, being a stay-at-home mom, my husband supports me in so many different ways, not just financially but emotionally too. We've been through so much together, and I'm so grateful to be blessed to even be a stay-at-home mom, because especially as a black woman, we're taught not to depend on a man. I'm not gonna lie, like even after I had my first baby, I felt so much pressure to get back to work and start my career and to put him in daycare, which I did, put him in daycare, and I started working, but it didn't even work out for being able to be a stay-at-home mom. It kind of broke a curse on my family to have this opportunity to raise my children and be here for them that my mom didn't get to have. Still learning how to let that piece of me soften up and be more malleable. I'm not in survival mode like how my mother was. I'm in motherhood mode, full-blown motherhood mode, embracing it and loving it. That's a generational curse that I'm breaking actively right now as we speak, and I do not take that lightly. There's just something so powerful about actually being able to have the privilege to be a stay-at-home mom, because it is a privilege, and to raise my children every day, day in, day out. And it's one thing that is helping me become a better version of myself, a version of me that I didn't even know existed. I found more strength, more depth, more fire. Even if you're not a stay-at-home mom, you can relate to that. Like, becoming a mom strengthens you and makes you more resilient. Losing my first son was the most traumatic thing that I've been through. I'm still heartbroken about it. But it has also made me realize how precious time is. I do not take a single moment for granted. I live slower. I love harder than most people, and I give myself so much more grace. That is also a part of my spark for me, is choosing to heal, to create, and to inspire, even in the face of all the pain and grief. So if you're a mom and you're feeling lost and you feeling like you just don't know what you're doing or what to do next or how you're going to pick yourself back up, I want you to know this is not the end. It's a new beginning. You're still here. You're still evolving. You're still growing. And your spark that you feel like you're missing, she's not gone. She's still there. She's just being redefined through the fire, still glowing, still valued. It's like they say, the most beautiful diamonds are made out of the most pressure. I think it's something like that, y'all. I don't know. I just want you to know that everything will be okay, and you'll get through this season, and you'll find yourself again, an even better version of yourself. Till next time, you guys, thank you for taking the time to watch my video. As always, if this message resonated with you, I would love if you leave a comment, please. Share this video, like it. You can even subscribe to my channel if you like. You don't have to, but it'll be nice if you do. Just follow along and we'll do this together. We're gonna be growing together. I'm gonna get off before my toddler wakes up. Bye.